I'm started streaming. Let's see what that goes like. I don't know about that. It keeps coming up error. You need to change the video resolution, but the picture comes up after a certain time anyway. I don't know where the resolution's meant to come from.
Hey, you're live. Nice.
Concurrent viewers, none. Nobody's going to come and watch us anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Right, where's yours then?
Mine's just Dave on the level.
We'll go and have a look at that. Cleary's live. That's just come up for me.
Yeah, I got my webcam working. I'm like a globe head
You got
now.
your face.
Yep.
Have you put any spaces in yours, Dave? You're gonna have to give us a link for yours. I'm gonna have a look at Cleary, see whether he's got his face. Oh, he has. Yeah. I'm gonna have my face on. Are you getting a green screen, Cleary?
No, I just got this
side
webcam.
on camera, side face,
Yeah.
ear cam.
I don't know where else to put it. I could probably like stick it to the top of a monitor.
Can you smoke on camera? Or am I gonna have to sort of?
Yeah, of course you can.
I don't know why you couldn't. Oh, Mr. Not So Sensible vapes on screen, so.
Yeah,
Travis, stop by.
I'll get me green screen sorted tomorrow, and I'll do that. Right.
Travis said, "Sorry, Brandon's on. See ya."
Never mind. We're just testing out the stream. Multi-stream we're doing. On the level, multi-stream. On 3.
This is not
We might be able to go for 4. And if we can get Emma on it, that's 5.
I don't think I set this up right. Or maybe I did, yeah. Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah. You can see everything. Right. I don't know where we are. We were into the George part, and I deleted all of the stuff that we'd done earlier. So you want to try this, see what you can hear? So you're saying when they have a tool, like an auto level that establishes a horizontal, you...
Bev, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much, MC Tune. I've had a lot of fun, and I will talk to you guys later.
Yeah, it's a shame you didn't really tell us too much about your profession. So-called profession.
So
I don't think I can hear it.
Me? Turn the desktop audio up.
Yeah. It's not really coming through too loud.
Do you mean your desktop audio, Cleary?
No, the desktop audio that he was just playing.
Let me see. It looks like it's coming
on
through
the live stream, right?
here's we got George Natchik in. This is the first time I've had.
Is that not okay for you? That I've got it up. I guess I can turn it up a bit more on there. Let's see whether that works.
George, on how you doing, buddy?
Oh, this is
hi
gonna
there.
go. You hear that? Hey, George.
Oh,
There,
Lordy.
Bev. Is my
Was that better? Look at Clary.
Try it again. Try it again, Bev. I had my volume turned
audio
down.
coming through okay?
Yeah, you sound good.
Yeah. Sorry, I missed you when.
It doesn't on the sound file. It doesn't look like there's massive audio on it.
No.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
You can. Have you got Audacity on there on your computer?
Me?
Yeah.
No, this is all within the thing. I've turned the volume up on the sound.
Okay.
I can't move that up anymore.
But is that only the playback volume, or is that the final result volume? Like,
Well, I can turn this down, and you won't be able to hear it.
Okay, but I mean, does that affect the output file that you produce?
I think so. I normally, well, I don't know actually. I normally have it at about 80%.
Because quite often in these programs, there's an independent volume setting for the actual audio track, so you can boost it quite often. But if it hasn't, there's a program called Audacity. You could run the audio through that separately, boost it, and import it back in.
No, there'd probably be something in there, but if I start messing about with it so you guys can hear it, it'd probably mess up my actual audio through the recording for the videos or whatever. Right, so the story is, this is when we went over to McGoon Toon with Jeff. We did the part 1 earlier, and a few of the bits of Jeff, all the other bits are saved in the for the other presentation that we're going to be doing. This one is a follow on from I don't know, I think George got sent in myself. I would say George got sent in and Jeff had to go. At the very minute George appeared, McToon said, "Oh, you've got to go now, haven't you, Jeff?"
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I do have to go. Yes, thank you, McToons. Thank you for reminding me. So, yeah, George comes in and, I haven't got a clue as to what George was sent in for. Because initially we were expecting me and Cleary, but both of us were meant to be there to have the chat with Jeff. At what point were you pretty close to coming back here, Cleary? Now?
Yeah. When George came, it wasn't long. I finally got home. It was raining. It was crazy that day. But yeah.
All right, so I'll put this on and we'll hear what he says.
Through the cities from Colorado, I ended up passing through Minneapolis.
Boring stuff about.
All right, Lael is here for $2. Just how many nuh-uhs will we be able to
insult chat?
Spine.
Even
sounds.
Even Jeff didn't get chance to answer any of his questions from the super chats. Really weird.
When we talking about surveying tools, what does a horizontal plane mean? And so now he's not here anymore. Maybe George can answer. What does a horizontal plane mean?
Has George got some surveying qualifications? George, do you have any surveying qualifications? When it comes to surveying, what does a horizontal plane mean? Is the question that somebody has given McToon some money to have answered. And McToon asks George Nutsack. Oh, come on. It's not responding. And what's George going to say? What do you reckon? Any guesses? Here we go.
Enough for this discussion.
What are they then?
I am not a professional surveyor.
Okay.
I am a professional engineer licensed in the state of Colorado.
Surveying qualifications was the question, George.
Hey, don't interrupt him,
going through it, if you'd let me finish, I have studied surveying techniques under David Zenk, who is the Mid-Plains Geodetic Surveying advisor for the National Geodetic Survey.
I've studied surveying techniques under the master, David Zenk. It's nearly like the way of the Veach, isn't it? The way of the Zenk. I've studied the Zenk surveying techniques.
One must walk the way of the Zenk.
George, it's like, so listen, he's coming here now. Like he says, I'm not a professional surveyor. I am an engineer. I know this guy called David Zenk, and I've studied.
In the United States. So my qualifications are probably every bit as good, if not more, than what you have, Bev.
Okay. Right, so his qualifications of working, studying under Zenk is actually as good as actual qualifications. Probably. You know?
They'll suffice.
Probably. Yeah, you know, he knows David Zenk. Like, studied techniques. Fair enough.
All right.
My answer, fair enough.
So what is a horizontal plane? And George.
Go on.
You
What's
might
a
go
horizontal
with that.
plane?
Horizontal plane is just, well, first let's define plane. Plane would be a surface such as like with a sheet of plywood, let's say, where all points do not
Two-dimensional.
deviate from a straight line. All lines.
This was funny, right? We're just going like it's just 2D. Like everybody knows what 2D is, George, right? It's like you don't need to define it. But George takes it on and it turns into a competition. Listen to George. Listen to this.
Find
It's
on
great.
a plane would be straight lines. So a horizontal plane would be one that
Contains
depends
all
on
the
surface
straight
that you're
lines.
talking about. Like if you want to talk about the Earth, where you have a curved surface, I could bring up some graphics to show some of this a lot easier.
No, we're
but
talking
just
a plane within mathematics, right, George?
okay,
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
described a plane. A plane is a surface that
He's
has no
doing the
curvature to it whatsoever.
Like a little wolf
Okay.
sign.
All points on a plane lie on straight lines.
Yeah, that which has only length and breadth within Euclidean geometry, right? Calls it a superficies,
well, length
but
and breadth
shout out
can mean many
superficies.
things in general. I mean, you have to be more
Shout out
specific than that.
superficies.
But yeah,
No, that
a plane is a
definition.
two-dimensional.
Definition
A plane
number
is
5.
a two-dimensional flat surface. Okay.
Okay. Euclidean geometry, definition number 5, book 1. A superficies
Oh, gosh,
is
forget
that
about this
which has
Euclidean
only
geometry in the
length
element.
and
My
breadth.
God, all right, a
Forget
plane
about it.
is a collection of points
to come with
that
another
lie
one.
on
It's
a
not
flat,
a competition.
two-dimensional surface.
We agreed, George. I was
All
just
right,
giving you
fine.
the
All right,
Euclidean
next
definition.
Point. What? Next
All right. Well, let me finish here. Bella Charge says, "Why is Bev using?"
Right. He didn't do that. We just defined a plane. That was it. He didn't put horizontal or define horizontal. He just defined a plane. The poor guy that paid McToon's money to ask him what it is and define it. George just had a competition about who could define a plane.
Feet in England when he lives in, with the metric system, right? Would it,
Useless dimensions.
Yeah.
Well, unless
is in the UK says may a poly a half a millimeter.
well, half. Like, can you not get that close?
Yeah, when you have a measuring device,
Right.
you used to be a
This is an interesting
joiner.
one.
When you do a measurement and you look at
It's like he's telling me I used to be a joiner. So when you do a measurement and he goes through this, so I'll lay out the premise that he lays out here.
the
Yep.
your ruler, right?
Straight line distance.
Yeah.
Yes.
When you look at that, what's the margin of error when you have a ruler that goes to millimeters? What's the margin of error?
Well, it would be a millimeter, right?
A half a millimeter.
Well, half. Like, can you not get that close?
I don't
Yeah,
think they're
when you
picking
have
up
a measuring.
I don't think they're picking up that desktop audio. I don't know why it's coming through so low. I got you turned all the way up.
What about you, Buster?
Cleary, I
Yeah.
know it sounds like a really silly question, but have you turned the volume up on the stream?
On the OBS.
No, the video that Bev's sharing in Discord.
shit. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. I just thought I'd check just to be
I
sure.
didn't know that was there either.
Wait a minute. Where is it at?
Okay, so,
Click-
right.
The screen.
how to
The
explain-
Oh, wait. Oh,
Click on-
dude.
Yeah, I
Okay.
found it too. Yeah, click on the screen that's on
Thanks, Pig.
Discord.
I already knew that. I was just making sure you did.
Yeah. Discord just got better, did it?
Here, let
One
me
more
see.
break.
Oh, it's an update. It's an update. Did you not know about the update? Oh, it must have just come through today, that, Cleary.
One more
Yeah.
parameter to worry about.
Oh, I haven't done that one yet. I keep getting them though, constantly. I think I've had 3 updates this week.
On Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to do one every morning when my sound goes. I have to do it.
No, I mean, but it's like released an update. You know, the update.
Yeah, that's what because I'm on the PTB.
Yeah,
Every
you said
time
that.
I get an update nearly every day.
Ah, right. Yeah, I don't know if it'd be worth me using the PTB though.
Right, so
Just hope they
Yeah.
fix this bug soon. It's annoying. Well,
It's
yeah,
sorted.
it is. I think it's like a memory leak.
right, so
Probably
you,
below my ear.
you want me to
No.
go again then now, right?
I just wanted to see how loud it was.
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
device
Yeah,
that has lines
Yeah,
on
I
the
think that's
millimeters.
yeah,
The
yeah.
margin of error is
So,
half
all right.
of a millimeter.
Okay, so what about if it's got lines on the 0.5 millimeter then?
Then it's a 1/4 millimeter.
Right, so why is it...
Right, so McToons has an error accuracy at half the distance that is measured on the scale. Right? So I don't know where somebody must have told him that. And I've never heard this argument presented before. And I don't know why he's doing it. I can only presume that McToon has been told something and he's thought, oh, that sounds interesting. I think I'll use that to tell somebody. Now, whoever's told McToons, it must be very authoritative to him because they're convinced him that the error margin is half of what the scale is on the ruler, the measuring device. But the problem
it
is,
must have been,
the problem is that my measuring rods are graded to the centimetre. But you can measure to the millimetre within the measuring rod. So your accuracy doesn't work whenever you... because automatically I go to the surveying terms. And he's looking at a little ruler he's got in his hand. That's graded to the millimetre. And he says that's 0.5 millimetre. So I say to him, no, I don't think that's right.
The half
And
distance that you...
error.
It's
It's that
because that's the
half
accuracy of that instrument.
distance.
The accuracy is half of the distance of the grading.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this new to you?
Well, so
This seems new.
Wait,
to
when
me.
you say I've got a grading on my measuring staff there, that's a graded centimetre, right?
George is playing with his dog
So what are you saying the accuracy is?
at the minute, right?
if it's at a centimeter, if that's all that it has, and there's a
And we're
one line at
discussing
1 centimeter, one line at 2 centimeters.
the grading on a
Your
measuring
error is
staff
half of a
and the
centimeter.
No, I could get
accuracy
to
at being
millimetre,
5
right?
millimetres.
But you don't have markings on there
George.
for millimeter.
Judge, right?
That's George,
George,
right?
when
He's not
you
right
have
with
a-
the error
This-
there, margin, is he?
How do you do margin of error, George?
Well, generally,
George.
what I do.
I was
to get
playing with
margin
me
of error,
dog.
You have to have several data points in order to do some statistics on it, so that you look at the mean, you average all the points to get the mean, and then you subtract all the data points from the mean to get what the variation is, and then just do a variational statistics on it to get what your RSSing is on the error. But the simple way, if you didn't want to do that, you can get a growth estimate by taking the mean and just subtracting all the data points from the mean, and then look for the max and the min.
I thought the 5 millimeter
difference
accuracy
of
just
each
was
data
a
point
2-peg
from the
test.
mean, and then that would kind of give you an idea of what to expect in terms of error.
Right, sweet. But we just. McToons is going, if you've got 1 millimeter on your ruler, then the accuracy's half. And I'm going, yeah, but my measuring staff for measuring with the auto level is graded to the centimetre. But I can measure to the millimetre. What do you think, George? Well, accuracy and mirrors and RSSs and take about 8 readings and check it, and then the temperatures.
It's crazy. Hey, to the right of that image, that video, that the 4 white arrows up there, what would happen if you hit that?
That?
Yeah.
It turns it onto another thing, and I don't think you'll see it. I could try that. It opens. It opens up another window, right?
Okay.
Exit full screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could. I suppose. See, I can't move that out anymore, and I think if moving that over there.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, that's good. Audio's the main thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Hang on 1 second.
If I could get a better screen, get a better double screen monitor, and then I bet I could put that through OBS.
Yeah, it's fine. I just didn't know if it would blow up real big with that.
Yeah. Are you right with that then?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Talking about now doing like differential leveling where you have a foresight and a backsight.
Well, on that,
so there's only like 2 measurements,
well, there's
right?
2 sources of errors there. Is the one
see.
source of error, of course, is the limitation of your instrumentation. If you have using an auto level and you have a 1 arc second auto level.
No, well, you see, main George just confusing with I'm not too sure George actually knows what he's saying. He just comes and it goes on like autopilot.
Yeah, for sure.
There's not actually nothing. It's all just he rambles on about nothing for ages. I'll skip forward. From the UK, were you, George?
Yeah, yes, I was going to.
This is quite a good bit.
I mean, only if you're only trying to get within a centimeter, but with what you're trying to do in splitting hairs and stuff,
meters,
you're going to
George.
have to have much finer graduations than any of your standard surveying staffs.
Okay. You're saying that we want to split hairs when we want to do our leveling. So I bet I can. I bet I can with our water level. So we were talking about my test, George, and we were talking about establishing a horizontal, right?
What's the margin of error on your auto level, considering things like the have you
I can address that, McToon.
Yeah, I can bail you out.
Yeah, I'll sell that. I don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. I can help you with that. I think. Go on.
No, I was just gonna say he sounded like PhD Tony at that point.
Yeah. Well, I think they're all looking at a screen, and they've just been prompted to do something. Now, that something, as they've added, they're talking about error and margin of error, scripted. I would imagine that this. Take your chance. They've both just been told to do something, and they're trying at this point is to rubbish the level that we are using. I can only presume that they're being led by people that are really high tech, Trimble and high total station people, because we've got a basic auto level that is easily the most accurate in its field for the price.
Oh, yeah.
It's an amazing piece of kit for what it is. And this is what George was brought in for, personally, on this.
Yeah. So
I use auto levels.
Yeah. So what model do you have there, Bev?
Bev.
Bev has a particular one that he owns
Yeah.
and likes to.
Which one is it?
It's the AL32.
What manufacturer?
Dayton.
Oh, okay. I'm familiar with that one.
Oh, yeah. Probably you've been showing it before, right?
Yeah. So
Oh, yeah, I'm familiar with that one.
That's the one Rumpus was going to get him.
Yeah, here we go. Did George send you the email? George? No, not George. Jeff. Sorry, not George. Jeff.
George?
No.
Do you think George
John.
sent George? an email?
John.
John.
No.
Yeah, John was the
Yeah,
one that
John the troll.
sent an email to
No,
them
I was
when
looking
showed
at
it on
purchasing.
Twitter.
I was looking at purchasing one of those several months ago, but then
From the UK?
I determined that the optics are substandard on
From
that
the
particular
UK. Optics is substandard.
he's crazy.
The nerve of the man to go after like a professional company just for selling, like, because I own a piece of equipment. I've got a Logitech camera here. I've got a Blue Yeti microphone.
Yeah, like some guy's from the U.S. is gonna go and buy that datum product from the U.K.
Yeah.
It would cost more to have it shipped than it would be to buy the thing. Probably.
Oh, I don't know about that. God, Scalpel was looking at pricing up an auto level in Canada, and it was running quite. He might actually be better to buy it in the UK and get it shipped over.
Wow.
This one is that cheap. It's like £100. I mean, that's cheap. Well, I don't say cheap, but it's well worth it.
That'd be like 2,000 Canadian dollars, probably.
The French.
French.
You were going to buy it from the UK, were you, George?
Yeah, yes, I was going to
you
have
was.
Rumpus send it to me.
Oh, right.
Sell
Well,
it.
you
I
say, what's up
decided
with
after looking at it that it's much too cheap for what they claim it to be. That the
It's much too cheap.
It's much too cheap for what they claim it to be. Oh, well, that sounds good.
You just got it out of a Cracker Jack box.
Yeah, it's like the stats on it and everything. They're just far too good for the price. I can't have one of them.
optics are a bit substandard on the thing. It only has a 40 millimeter aperture, and to do a 32x auto level with a 40 millimeter aperture means that the image is going to be too dark to do.
They've all got 40 millimeter aperture. All of them. Even the top Leica models, auto levels. There's no difference. None at all. Not in the 40 millimeter aperture. And yeah, did you hear why?
What I want to do.
Okay. So what do you want to do with it?
Well, I want to be able to sight out. I was hoping to get something that might be equivalent to the Topcon ATG2 that I'm using, which is a 32X. I wanted a second one, but not spend as much money. But turns out if you want quality, you got to
So
spend
what
money.
do you want to do with it, George? Was the 32. A 32 times scope he's already got. He just wanted another one. But decided to go with an auto level. He just wanted a 32 times scope, and he wanted one that lets in more light.
Yeah, for his refraction observations.
Yeah, but you're not meant to take pictures with it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, so they're not made to take pictures with it, especially auto levels. It's a professional piece of equipment, not meant to affix cameras to them. They've got little tiny eyepieces you ever seen one? Have you ever
Oh,
seen
yeah.
the size of an eyepiece? I mean,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
struggle with a big iPhone getting the camera to the lens because the cameras of the new iPhone's too big. So that's why we're better off using the old iPhone because it's got a proper pin camera that can get inside it or, like within it. George is obviously just bullshitting. This is the reason we don't need to go to talk to these people. They just purposely go after a firm, a company that make auto levels, really good quality auto levels, cheap, affordable.
Yeah, they called that company, didn't they?
Yeah, they sent him an email to ask him about it.
Yeah. Wasn't it something about proving the flat Earth or something?
Yeah,
Something
I
like that.
said that when I went there to buy the auto level, I actually went there, got it calibrated on the site. I tried to record it, but because of the COVID restrictions, I had to be out at the door outside and they were behind the counter about 12 foot away. And I said, I've come for an auto level. And they went, we'll go and get it calibrated for you right now. Because it was, but at the calibration place. He said, we've got a few of these of our home levels because they make them. Or whether I don't know whether they make them. But so as they're calibrating it, I say to the guy, your calibrating level is, it's horizontal, isn't it? You're calibrating it to be horizontal. They confirmed, yes. No qualms about it. Just yes. So when I went onto Twitter, I said the calibration guys 100%. They confirmed level is horizontal. And they emailed the company. John on Twitter and the Twitter trolls emailed the company, probably WS to be honest, emailed the company and asked them why their people had told us that the earth was flat. Because the people we're dealing with here imagine that if you say level is horizontal, then that actually mean that the earth is flat. That's what you're saying. When these people hear that, they hear the earth is flat. Not level is horizontal, like it obviously is. They hear the earth is flat. Question, what is it that
Well, I
you're
wanted to
after
get
doing?
lighter images.
So George wants to take pictures through it. Do you say they can't do it or what?
Not the way that I've heard you proposing how you want.
Is to do the job it is determined to do.
Yes,
okay?
That's pretty standard. That's pretty standard for a 1 arc-second auto level. It'll do
for
the
a
job.
32 times scope auto level, yeah. For establishing a horizontal plane of reference, right, George?
At your point of where you set it up, yes, you
Right.
can set up a horizontal plane, but you cannot. Well, I'd have to see how far out do you want to establish that horizontal
Over a
plane?
mile, George. We want 3
can't do
points on the same
You can't.
horizontal over 1 mile.
And how do you how are you proposing to do that?
To get surveyors to come and establish
He's going to
a
hire
horizontal
a professional surveyor.
Yeah.
Yes, but I mean, how do you propose that they're going to do that? A surveyor is going to tell you to go
don't know,
take a
like,
hike.
you're
gonna
the
try
one
to get a
that's-
horizontal plane established over 1 mile.
They're going to tell us to what, George?
Take a hike.
What, do you say they can't do it or what?
Not the way that I've heard you proposing how you want it done.
I just want them to establish a horizontal over 1 mile. Did you hear that? Wow. Take a hike.
Yeah, take a
Can
hike.
tell you to take a hike. Can you establish? Hey, Mr. Surveyor, can you establish a horizontal over 1 mile? You can go and take a hike. Young whippersnapper. No chance.
Well, okay, fine. Yeah, they could bring a theodolite, a very accurate theodolite, and establish a horizontal plane over 1 mile. It's going to cost you a pretty penny to do that because that's probably going to take a good afternoon to set.
Right, so did he just go from no, they can't?
At your point of where you set it up, yes, you can set up a horizontal plane, but you cannot.
You can't.
Well, I'd have to see how far out do you want to establish that horizontal
Over a
plane?
mile, George. We want. Right, so this poor old man with what? What's this? Right, a horizontal. Do I ask him how far back do we go there? For establishing a horizontal plane of reference, right, George?
At your point of where you set it up, yes, you
Right.
can set up a
Yes.
horizontal plane, but you cannot. Well, I'd have to see how
So that's a yes.
how far out do
but
you want to
cannot.
establish that horizontal
Over a
plane?
mile, George. We want 3
can't do it.
points on the same
You can't.
horizontal over 1 mile.
And how do you how are you proposing to do that?
To get surveyors to come and establish
He's going to
a
hire
horizontal.
a professional surveyor.
Yeah.
Yes, but I mean, how do you propose
Yes.
that they're going to do that? A surveyor is going to tell you to go
don't know,
take a
like,
hike.
you're
You're
the
gonna
one
say
that
get a
surveys
horizontal
to
plane
take a-
established over 1 mile.
They're going to tell us to what, George?
Take a hike.
What, do you say they can't do it or what?
Not the way that I've heard you proposing how you want it done.
I just want them
How
to
have
establish
we, how have we propose that we want to have it done? With to get surveyors to establish a horizontal plane. What's he talking about?
Just throwing it off the trail.
Yeah. Well, no, you can't do that. They can't do that. And not the way you said.
1 mile.
Well, okay, fine.
Okay.
Yeah, they could bring a theodolite,
Yeah.
a very accurate theodolite, and establish a horizontal plane over
Yeah, they
1
could.
mile. It's going to cost you
They
a pretty
could.
penny to do that because that's probably going to take a good afternoon to set
It's just
up.
an
and do.
afternoon.
Just an afternoon.
Jeff said it'd take him, what, 3 days?
Yeah, 3 days.
With a
No
theodolite.
calculation.
Yeah, an afternoon, maybe a
Afternoon.
day. I don't know.
Maybe
it just
a
depends
day.
upon the terrain that you're setting this on.
Okay. How much would you charge
Depends
for doing
on the
that?
terrain at the side of a canal. Right?
They know this stuff. They know what you're wanting to do.
Well, I don't know. Most of the other people know this, but I'm not so sure George is all there. Like, the way he comes in and he rambles on about stuff that we were talking about the margin of error accuracy. Right? Is it on the ruler? You can just sort of point to it and go, look, there. And no. He just doesn't listen. I'm not too sure that George is even aware.
Too busy playing with his dog, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't charge professionally for this sort of thing.
Okay. So you do it
So
for
I
I
nothing.
don't hire out.
Do
I don't
not
hire out.
you-
charge.
When you call
Judge
them,
does it for
they'll
nothing.
answer that question.
Yeah, they
Right?
will.
You say,
They-
"I want you
yeah,
to
they-
do this,
Yeah, yeah.
and what's going to be the fee?" Right?
Yeah.
And I'm surprised you've done none of this background work at all yet. You've been talking
Whoa.
for
Actually,
a long time
McEwen,
about doing
I-
this.
You
I have
assume a
worked
lot.
with surveyors, and my
Yeah.
guess would be that you're probably looking at $1,500 to probably $2,000 for the day to do
For
that.
the day,
So
see,
they-
£2,000 a day. So it's just gone from 3,600 to £2,000, but I don't know whether he's got the day of calculation and the other day of coming back again.
Coming back.
George,
coming
yeah.
back to Markham.
But
So
they
when-
could definitely do it, right, George?
He didn't get the memo.
Yes, they could definitely do
They
it.
could definitely do it,
Now,
right? So he ends with the
have
definitely
you
they
heard
could do it.
Jesse Kozlowski say that the water level will drop away from horizontal at a certain rate? He comes out
I
with
mean,
some
water
numbers.
level, like filling a garden hose full of water and trying to look at the level of the
that's
water on both ends?
yeah, that's the water level, right?
Yeah, okay. So, say you have
Isn't that like really weird way of having it
describe to you a water level like filling a garden hose? It's like he's been told by somebody and he's just repeating what he's been told, like somebody's tried to explain it to him.
Yeah, but all of this stuff seems like they know already. That's what I was saying. It seems like they have some of the information, and just trying to, like, telling you it's going to cost you $3,000 to get professional surveyors. It's almost like, and then McToon backed up a minute or two ago, said, you haven't even done any of this research yet. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like they're, of course they're fishing for some information too. Seems like.
Yeah, it's because I haven't given him any information on the stuff that we have done. Like, I have no point in doing that.
Yep.
I know what they're like. I know what Tony used to be exactly like that. He used to tell him everything. And I'm definitely not like that.
Right.
For this reason. But, I mean, they do know if they do know what a water level is, why mention a garden hose? Right? I obviously know what a water level is. There's no need to mention a garden hose unless you've just been told by somebody.
2 points. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got 3 points. We've just got 3 points.
Well, let's just first address 2 points.
Okay. Which ones are these? The 2 outside points?
Yeah, the end points of your water level.
Yeah, 1 mile.
Garden,
Yeah.
whatever filled with water. You have point A and you have point B. All right, you're at point A. You
Can you see my picture there up on the screen? Because there's like a water level there. It's point A, B, and C. He's just put a clip up there.
Okay, so what's your question?
Well, on the screen, Cleary, and it was you. Something about it doesn't work on your phone, and then there was a load of stuff from the Plain Truth in his chat. Did you see that? He flashed it up full screen.
I think this might have been the point where Cleary was trying to come in, but I'm not for sure.
Yeah. It says, fuck, Zoom doesn't work on this phone. It doesn't really want you, though. It doesn't really need you, though. No offence. Bagork. Love you, Cleary. Oh, Travis, stop picking on Cleary. I want to hurt Magoon. Oh, that's what he's got that yellow. He's too thingy. Team Cleary, Plain Truth. Yeah, I think that's what it is. He's got it highlighted in yellow. I want to hurt McGoon. Travis.
Okay, so what's your question?
You're trying to say about point A and point B and point C. They're on that drawing, right?
Well, I can't make it out to it. So not? B is in the middle?
Yep. And that's 1 mile. And then the purple one, can you see the purple?
Yeah. No, I see your diagram.
Okay.
No, that's perfectly fine for a flat Earth, but that's not the way it's going to end up being.
Okay, so what would be different?
The water levels will all be the same, but it's not going to prove anything for you.
Would be.
First, you can establish them, then you can set your stuff up, and it's just not going to work.
He's like, no. He's like looking at it and like, that's all right. That looks good for a flat Earth. Yep. Yeah, of course they won't be like that. Well, what would be different? Well, no, they would be like that, but they wouldn't be flat.
Total off.
Mirror it again. He's a poor old man. Picture there up on the screen, because there's like a water level there. It's point A, B, and C.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay, so what's your question?
Well, you're trying to say about point A and point B and point C. They're on that drawing, right?
Well, I can't make it out to it. So B is in the middle?
Yep. And that's 1 mile. And then the purple one, can you see the purple?
Yeah. No, I see your diagram.
Okay.
No, that's perfectly fine for a flat Earth, but that's not the way it's going to end up being.
Okay, so what would be different?
The water levels will all be the same, but it's not going to prove anything for you.
We'd be on a horizontal plane. It would prove that all of
no,
the...
it doesn't prove. No. The result will be the same whether you're on a horizontal
Isn't that
plane
not
or on
a geometric
That's
proof, right?
perfectly fine for a flat Earth, but that wouldn't be how it would be. You know, if you do it, what'd be different? Nothing. Yeah, it'd be just like that. Yeah. It doesn't help them at all.
No, I can't believe they even
No,
brought
it's
him
not
in.
geometric proof. You don't get it.
It's not
That
geometric
test
proof.
that you have outlined there in that diagram.
Yep.
Those water levels will all be at the same height. The
But
ones in the middle. will
Well,
all
yeah,
agree
we'll be
with one
checking them
another, whether-
against the horizontal, right? We've just established.
Why are you so rude? Why
A,
are you
B,
so
and
rude?
C.
You're always this way. This is why I have
Because
difficulty
you're just
talking to
forgetting
you.
what we've just
You're
talked
always
Typical
about.
flat
interrupting.
earther. They don't understand things. And then
Did
they,
you just
they
call
want to
me a
assert-
flat earther when I've just said
Yeah,
many
yeah, you
times?
Are a flat earther. Yeah, you are a flat earther.
Many times.
So
that
so
there
all
is
flat earthers
topography.
have this
That's
this
not
problem
flat.
that they're
It's
rude
not
because they
two-dimensional,
don't
it's
understand these
three-dimensional.
things, and they just
There's,
they just want they,
it's
they
a
have this
distance
belief
above.
that they want to
right?
they want
It's a distance
desperately
above
prove to be
the
true,
datum.
but they can't. So all right. Flat earther Bev.
Listen to him.
Very
Go
childish.
ahead, go ahead.
Mr.
Got to
Right?
keep putting
Yeah,
that in there,
Very,
doesn't he?
very childish.
I don't, McToon, I don't use these, this type of format. Is there a way for me? Okay, I see a screen share.
Here we
If
go.
you want,
This is one of the
I
best
could
bits,
screen
isn't it?
share, something, but
I
just
think I
real
set
quick,
it up
just
with
trying to
the,
do this in words,
The Kozlowski.
is the diagram
drop
that
at the
Bev
beginning.
has there. Is there some way of blowing that up so we can all see it in detail?
Well, not easily.
No,
Okay.
he won't.
Bev could share his
Doesn't want
screen.
my.
It's not my screen, it's my camera.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem. So
Which means that's the problem.
Well,
that he can't
hopefully
sort of
people
make
can
my
see
camera
what
bigger.
he has there.
Yeah, he
Is-
can.
Yeah, I know he
He
can.
has a set of
He wouldn't
three
let me
water
switch the
levels.
camera
There's
on
one
while
that
Jeff
goes,
was in
say,
there.
from the starting point
Yeah.
A to the middle, then from the middle, we'll call that point B. He's got another one going from B over to C at the end of the
The
run.
purple
And
one's the
he
same.
has an overall water level that goes from A to C.
Yeah, the purple one's
Now-
all the same body. And
Yeah.
then there's a
Now-
red one and a blue one that check the
Yeah.
outside to the center. Okay?
Yes.
Right, I've never really clipped this one before, but isn't this where he goes to his picture? Is he waiting for somebody? He's not drawing a graphic, is he? At
No,
the
he's
minute.
looking at his. Nah, he's staring at his screen.
Right, but he wanted my picture getting blown up. Right, so when this comes in a minute,
Okay. Now, you're
I
going to fill
think
these tubes,
he
hoses,
might
or
have.
whatever you have there,
yep.
with water.
Yep.
And you're going to fill them so that the water level
Been given,
at
handed
A,
something.
the one going from A to B, is at the same height as the one going from A to C. And then you're going to go to the middle. You're going to fill the
So he's
level
doing the same
at
height.
B so that its height agrees with the water level that goes from A to B. And then you have a riser in the middle of the one that goes from A to C, and you're going to fill it so that
No,
the
they're all the
riser-
same.
What is
That's
he
one body.
talking
That
about?
purple one's one water level. Right? One body of
Yeah.
water on the
I heard
purple.
him do this
And then
before
there's one body of water.
earlier. Right? Have you ever heard him say this? He says you fill the water level so it coincides with this, and you fill this so it coincides with this, and you go in.
Totally.
No, you just put water in it. It
Yeah.
does the rest.
Yeah, he totally misdescribed water how water level how it works. It's just
Yeah.
you put the water in there and it does what it does. You better make sure the one tube's not lower than your reservoir, or you're gonna lose it.
Yeah, you
I mean-
can't dictate what the water does by adding water to it. He's so far out, isn't he?
If you like at this point, if you had thrown in hydrostatic, it would have went way off the range.
Oh yeah, that would have been great.
Man, George just doesn't get it. I don't understand how somebody could be involved in this for so long.
He's never
And
used one.
he's just blinded by his model.
water in the red,
I
one
see
body
that.
on the blue.
That's
Okay.
what I was describing. Okay, now, what I have been trying to tell you for months is when you get the levels, the water height,
This, like, from what I have been trying to tell you for months, literally, maybe a 15-minute conversation in here when we first started up. That's
I don't
it.
think you ever talked to him before, did you?
No,
Okay.
no. So when he says something like that, I think he's either deluded, he thinks I'm somebody else, or he's one of the trolls that has been talking shite on Twitter under some sort of pseudonym.
Yeah, that would be it.
Because I don't know him, and then we go into this now. Watch his reaction.
which you call the level.
So you've been
Those
trying to tell
waters
me for months,
tubes all
George.
set up.
never
Will you
talked,
shut up,
George.
Bev? Jesus,
listen.
let me finish.
No, he's just said he's been trying to tell me for months. I haven't talked to George about this. That's a lie, George.
We've had a discussion about this on Reddit.
Yeah,
No,
we've had a
she's-
neither
little
here
time,
nor there.
not
Okay.
a month.
All right, Bev. All right, Bev.
Okay.
We've never had this discussion. We've never had this discussion. Okay.
We've
this
had
is
this
the first
discussion
time.
once.
All right.
And you
You're
went
right.
on a
You're right,
meltdown.
Bev. Hey, I concede, Bev. You're right. I was wrong. This is the first time we've ever discussed this. Okay, let's move on. Now,
Maybe he
you're
told
going to
on
adjust the
himself and-
heights
Yeah.
of the
Backwater.
of the waters in these hoses.
I've
so
been
that
in his
they're at
head
they
for
match
months.
at
Just going to fill
any
them what he
rate.
means. Yeah.
This, what should take 2 minutes is going to take an hour here with Bev. I
Yeah.
can tell.
All right, Bev, stop talking. If you can't be an adult and let him finish his point, I'll mute you so that he can do that. But I'd rather not have to treat you like that much of a child.
This is why we don't need
All
to
right.
go to talk
So,
to these
you can
people.
fill the tubes up so that you
No,
can see the
no.
water levels, the heights in these riser tubes matching with one another. And Bev is
Fill
claiming
them.
that after this,
He
is-
says it again. In the riser tubes, so they are matching with one another. Like, he doesn't know what a water
He's either
level is.
he's either misdescribing it on purpose, or he actually doesn't know. Wow.
is said and done, that if you go to the middle, you're going to see that all the water heights are going to match. All the water heights at C are going to match, and at A are going to match. Hence, the Earth. This proves geometrically that the Earth is flat.
No, the water level
Now-
is horizontal, George. I've never claimed that. That flat
Okay,
word
it's
that you keep
horizontal.
using, right? I don't use it.
All right. Okay.
Actually, you do, Bev.
Where?
You do. Where?
Where?
All right, I'll show you. I'll show you.
Go on.
Just
You
a
dig
second.
like an old
Have you
But
seen
sinner.
for a long story short, Bev,
Yeah.
is on a curved Earth, a spherical Earth, the
I
same
watched
thing
this
will happen.
live, but I don't remember.
So you cannot
pulling
conclude.
that
You,
up.
how can you
Yeah.
have a straight... He's got there. Pulled up a tweet that I made from March 2019 that says... I don't know if I can read that or not. Water finds its own...
They love pulling up old tweets.
Yeah. They've
They
got...
pull one up real easy. Quick, boom.
screenshots of all of my tweets from over a year ago that mentions flat. When I say I don't use the word flat in my argument, and he goes, "Oh yes, you do." Last year, you wrote a tweet with the word flat in it.
How dare you?
Yeah.
Can't use
You just said
descriptive
the
words
word
anymore.
You liar. Look, Bev's a liar, Bev's a liar. He wrote flat last year. Line.
Oh, see, this is the problem that we've
Yeah,
always
he-
been
he-
faced
he-
with, is you don't understand gravitational equal potentials, that the water
no,
levels...
You don't understand gravitational equipotential.
Yeah, he doesn't understand.
That's perpendicular, isn't it?
Yeah, that's our
Yeah.
yeah. in
Hydrostatic
reality.
equilibrium. Would it be?
Mhm.
Ah, yeah.
all seek the same level on a
It'd be
gravitational...
the same horizontal though,
potential.
George. Shared, straight line. See, I even had it then. I had all of the. It just didn't say hydrostatics, but I knew.
You're right there
Yeah.
at it. Yeah. It was just right there. Yeah.
The geometry's already there, and it just sort of equates with the hydrostatics. It's
Yeah.
brilliant, really.
Okay.
Just
Now,
that. Yeah,
if
that
you
term.
do this on a...
Go on.
That term is just. It's like that missing link. All of a sudden, you just go boom. That's
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
that's it.
It's
Done.
everything I've known, and now there it is. Yeah.
surveying, after you've had a surveyor establish a straight tangent line or your horizontal line, and you set your tubes up
Yep.
and you fill them,
Yep.
that will not happen.
That won't. I was thinking about this the other day as well. They keep calling it a tangent, but a water level establishes equal elevation, altitude, equipotential surface at an even altitude. A horizontal condition, actually, I think it's called, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, if that is an altitude, thus meaning not on the surface, then how do you have a tangent? How does that possibly become a tangent at something that isn't connected to the surface of anything? It's establishing its own horizontal condition at an even altitude. Couldn't possibly be a tangent, could it? By definition.
Nope.
Although George still thinks it can be, but
They
Hey,
love that word tangent.
yeah, we'll
Misuse it.
we'll deal with the tangent. You know, it's in there, it's in the mind, and we're going to start dealing with the tangent. We perhaps might use Merriam-Webster to defend the tangent.
That
Happen.
is the issue. No, it will not happen. Those water levels will not be the same at point C and point B as they are at A. They will not match.
Okay, so right, so we've gone that they will to they won't.
He did. Yeah, he said they will.
Yeah, they will.
Can you
They'll be
fill
the
'em up?
same. There'll be no way of telling the difference. Oh no, they won't be the same. No, he's just been told, right, that he's made a boob. I think, or one of the people he's got in the team are saying, no, you can't say that. That means horizontal. What you think you've just said? You just said horizontal. If they're saying they're all the same. Yeah, you've made your... But this is before Euclid. Right, this is before all of the propositions that we now know and ready to put in there.
Right.
Prediction, right?
Yeah,
Yes, I mean, that's
made
the
my
test. We get the horizontal
Well,
set,
I-
then we
You've
put
been
these
claiming
tubes
you've
up,
been
and
going
then
to
we
be doing
filled
this
it
for
up.
months. Why don't you go out and do it? Quit jawing about it. Get up off the couch and do it.
Well,
He hasn't even done the foot.
George's thing, right? Mid-debate or mid-entertainment session, he decides that what you should actually be doing is this water level test.
Yeah, even though none of them have ever measured anything ever, but they're supposedly surveyors, it's ridiculous.
Oh no, they love using the cameras though. They love scopes
George
and
has
cameras.
done the thing though, hasn't he? He has done Rainy Lake and stuff like that. He has parties.
Look 6 miles across.
Parties at Camp Nutsack.
Oh, they love those optics arguments.
Come and discuss
Yeah.
aliens at Camp Nutsack.
work to find out how much it might cost to have a professional do this. But Bev,
Sorry,
I am showing you.
McToons. Sorry, what was that you say?
I am showing you on the screen.
He's talking about how much it might cost again. And yet, we have just had a professional, so-called... he's not, is he, obviously? But, I mean, he could have given us a price. And then we would no longer be in the dark for how much it might cost.
Yeah, he was clueless.
Yeah.
Screen right here,
Footwear going.
where you
It's
said
going to take us ages to
it
get
was
through
flat.
this, isn't it?
You
Yeah,
said
wow.
the
March
Earth is flat.
13th, 2019.
So now you said you never said the Earth is flat, and here it is. You have said the
No,
Earth
look.
is flat.
See, can you see above it?
Do you know what it says?
Water is level, right? Yes. And flat.
Oh,
No,
Well,
level, but not
level
flat.
level is a curve. Yeah, level is a curve as measured. It's
level.
been measured.
Look, water. Right, so these guys, once again, if you say level is horizontal or water, it's flat, the water lies flat, level, horizontal, but flat earth, right? Because I haven't even said the earth is flat in that tweet. I've just said the water level is flat.
They're just grasping at straws.
Yeah. He's had to go that far back, over a year, to just find the word flat on a tweet. And it doesn't even support the narrative that he's trying to push it is anyway.
We'll make a
Level,
prediction
right?
here.
Yes,
please, Val.
and flat. So where are you saying that? What does that flat in that
So-
sentence mean?
Bev,
Here's
Tunes.
the deal, Bev. Bev,
Yeah.
you claimed that you never said the Earth is flat, and
It
I'm
said
showing you
flat.
the tweet.
The water. Water.
Look at the picture. Look at the picture where is a red background with white text that
Yeah.
says the Earth is
The
flat.
Earth
That's
is
your
flat
picture in your
on
tweet.
a
That's
You
just
said
a meme.
Earth is
Flat.
flat.
Water. Flat.
hey, McToon,
Yes.
I want to make a prediction for Bev here. I'll tell you, Bev.
Yeah.
If you take your water levels, those
Okay.
3 water levels, set them up as you did,
Yeah.
and you set them up so that the risers are all matched along a straight line.
Yeah, we'll get the
horizontal
surveyors to
that
do
you
that
had.
horizontal.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
You have a surveyor set up that
Yep.
horizontal line,
Yep.
and you set your risers up, and you fill the tubes at point A. When you get to point B, you'll find that the water levels will be below, a
Water,
little bit
water.
below the
Below.
tangent line or your horizontal line, and when you go out to sea, it'll be even lower more.
Brilliant. That's exactly what
He's just changed,
Jesse
hasn't he?
Kozlowski said. So has he been prompted to say that, right?
He's.
Do you
this is,
think?
like, what, the third? Well, shoot. Hang on. It seems like it's the third time he switched his.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I-
constantly.
What happens with the water level?
I'm telling you,
What?
the blue and the purple there at sea will be below,
Yeah.
as in lower.
Okay,
There
but
will
what-
be a
when you
visible
get there,
gap
George.
between the horizontal
Yes.
and the height
Okay.
of the water. They will
Okay,
not
and when-
coincide with one
When
another.
you get to sea and you are standing at sea,
Mhm.
what is A?
Penny
It is
drop.
Whatever you.
So that
put-
was that would be higher then, would it? Still.
No, not higher. No,
Oh, right,
not
so-
higher.
So what
Yeah.
would happen then?
No. If you set your horizontal line
Yeah.
at A.
No,
and
you go all the way to sea and then you go back
Yes.
to close your loop when you are surveying,
No,
George.
we're not talking about closing a loop or surveying. We're talking about your water level. I'm just
No, we're
telling
talking
you
about
right
the
now.
surveyors that have set the horizontal.
He doesn't know a thing. He's like, no,
No.
forget the surveyors and the horizontal and the water level.
That's not what Jesse taught him.
Yeah.
Jesse told him to look 6 miles across the lake and notice the perspective drop.
Yeah.
That's Earth curve.
The drop on each side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's easy with the optics because you look over that 6 miles and of course it's smaller and you can show a difference.
There
to
you
the other
go.
point back. You could see the same drop in distance, but when it actually comes to a tool measurement, you get some problems.
I see. This is where I think at the minute he's in the middle of this. He hasn't got a clue. He's being fed stuff, and at this moment he should have dropped the nutsack drop. Right? He should have just left it and gone for the hump. It would have been much easier, and yet he doesn't. This is really weird. I struggle to understand what goes on in George's head.
He's been probably arguing the 8 inches per mile squared so long that that's all he can think about.
Yeah.
know.
They've had to close their loop in order to get that sorted, right?
Why do you why do you think you get to tell surveyors how to do their job?
You just
Who
let
are
the
the
surveyors
surveyors?
set
Bow
a
down to George,
horizontal
yeah.
line for you that goes out.
It's like, who are the surveyors? Like, this is
He's not-
McToon's telling us how do we have the right to tell surveyors what to do? Like, who are the
that's
surveyors?
the first thing I said when I came in. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing here? You're not a surveyor."
Yeah.
From A.
Yeah.
Once that's
He got
done,
upset about that
that's
on
done,
Twitter as
okay?
well. Yeah.
Now you have
Yeah.
a horizontal line that starts at A and goes outward towards C.
Right, and then
And
so
going
it
towards
would
C.
still
I'm not
be
saying it's gonna
horizontal at C,
coincide with C.
wouldn't
Now,
it, George?
will you please shut up a
Would
moment?
it be
My gosh,
horizontal?
you are
at
so
C?
rude. You're
Bev,
always rude.
shush.
This is why people don't like talking.
Come on, Bev. Be an adult. Shut the mouth. Listen with your ears.
Is this where he's
All right, go, George.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Now you're going to have a surveyor. We'll go through it one more time. You're going to have
Yeah,
a
he's doing his
surveyor
little gang sign
set his
again.
equipment up at A and establish and set a horizontal line for you that's going to extend way out to C
Yep.
or past C.
And it
Tab.
would
Who
be
the
horizontal when it
frick
got to
tab?
C.
And it will
wouldn't
be horizontal. That's what I just said.
Brilliant.
He's going to set a horizontal line from you beginning at A and going out towards C. All right, now you set up your water levels. You fill the pipes up
Yep.
back at A so
Yep.
that the heights of the water at A coincides with the horizontal line that the surveyor set for you. Okay, now you've got your pipes all filled. The
Yeah,
the heights of the water at A agrees with the horizontal
15
line established by the
15
surveyor.
centimeters
Now,
there.
the claim is you're
About
claiming
6
that by the
inches.
time you get to C, that those water levels are also going to coincide with the horizontal. And I say they will not. I say they will be lower, and the amount that they will be lower will agree with 8 inches per mile squared. So you
Okay.
go out a mile, those water levels in that pipe will be below the horizontal line set by the surveyors by 8 inches.
Okay, so when you come here though,
Below
right, and this
the
horizontal line is still there, right, and the water you say is dropped away from the horizontal.
Yep.
This water over here, but you're
You're
over
still-
here now, right? Where would that be?
Horizontal
was
is to 1 point. Horizontal is just a
Yeah, but
reference
that,
at 1
you've
point.
already established there is one horizontal that goes all the way here. So
No,
it's still
the
horizontal
horizontals-
here. That's what we said.
What
We sorted
at
it.
what point? At what point is that horizontal established? Horizontal is only good for 1 point at A, right?
It's still
Horizontal's
horizontal
at A.
here, though. I did check because it's a horizontal line.
So now, if you told the surveyors, I want you to establish a horizontal, they're going to ask, they're going to need to know which point. You're going to say point A.
Do you reckon?
Now, if you want them, well, you could pick B or C, right? But now, if you wanted,
No,
could
do you
say, I
reckon
want you
that's
to
what they'd
also-
say?
They also could, at your discretion, establish a horizontal at point C. Now, that's going to establish different horizontals because there's different points.
Could they draw us
So
a
we'll go there,
horizontal point?
Yeah,
Could they draw us
horizontal
a?
point.
Yeah, I'd like to see him do that.
Yeah. Yeah, just because it's on the vertical, right?
Yeah.
All of these points that horizontal is actually on the vertical. So you may as well say it's just vertical.
Do you see the change from then to now? we were like working within their structure, within their presuppositional bullshit, you know. Now we're outside of that. That's why we're done with them now.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean,
Yeah.
what these people are talking about is it's fiction.
Yeah.
You know, it's just it's not within the realms of logic. It just doesn't exist there. It's a completely new place.
It's really amazing watching this again because
Yeah.
at the time that's where we were, but now we
Yeah,
are
it's-
way past that.
Yeah,
Way past it. Yeah.
yeah. It's good to go back and watch these old ones, right? I bet you we could do this on most of the old videos, and to hear what we were like then as to now. Yeah, it'd be fascinating to keep going over them. Really.
Toon, he doesn't get
Yeah.
that.
Oh, and
Get
it's too much. So
Oh,
we
watch
do
out!
need to
Watch
get
out!
going
He's
here.
warning you, Toons. He's warning you.
Yeah.
Dodgy
All right, so-
territory there.
I'm going to ask you. WS is wondering, Bev, what's the drop over 100 meters on the globe?
Chat troll.
On whose globe?
On the globe, that is the one that's been measured and it's been established for thousands of years.
Which globe?
What is the drop
Like
at 100 meters?
That one behind
If you can't calculate it,
you've
just
got
say
two
you can't
behind
do the
your
math.
head. You've got
Yeah,
two
that's
behind
not
your
what
head.
we're-
That globe.
Bev,
They're
Bev,
globes, 100 right? meters on that
understand
globe.
it.
That's what a globe
can't
is, isn't it?
understand it, just keep
That's a globe. No, I'm asking you.
McToon?
Which
Okay,
globe?
You can't.
The drop
can't
at 100
understand.
meters.
I'm a literalist, right? That's it. A globe is a model.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't live on a globe, do you? The globe is literally a model.
On his desk behind
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, it's one of them. So like you can measure it. 100 meters. Wow. I like my brain can't do that. Like I would. You have to literally talk to me. Literally.
McToon, the drop
They
at
get- they
100
don't half
meters
get annoyed.
is 0.78 millimeters.
The drop of the level away from the
0.78.
horizontal, or the drop of the horizontal.
The drop of level away from the horizontal. Yeah, there you go. So Saeed Ahmed is wondering.
0.78 for over 100 meters, nearly a millimeter of drop.
Oh, millimeter
Yeah.
over 100 meters.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Is that what WS said?
0.78. McToon said that. Sorry, the nutsack.
Or is saying Bev's degree must be in interrupting debaters and not letting them answer questions he asks, right?
Bev hasn't got a degree.
That would be. I don't know if
Have you-
what
have you
what
had
university
debaters on here?
offers. What offers?
I
that
thought this was just
well,
a chat.
Yeah, I mean it's there. It's not a debate.
See,
We just say debate.
it's not a debate. I'll do that again, just in case anybody misses that. I might even cut this. This was just
Well,
a chat.
Yeah, I mean it's there. It's not a debate. We just say debate as kind of a tongue-in-cheek thing. So
There you go. It's not a debate. We just call it a debate in a tongue-in-cheek kind of thing.
yeah, I mean it.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, it's not really a debate, just tongue-in-cheek type thing. I mean, that's why we don't really need to
Yeah,
go over
I mean
the-
it's there. It's not a debate. We just say debate as kind of a tongue-in-cheek thing. So
There you go. We can send him that on Twitter. I'll cut that specially for him afterwards and send it to him on Twitter. Might send it to Jeff.
So
It's
digital
much-
demonic.
yeah, more entertainment then, right?
That's what I typically mark them as entertainment, sometimes education. But anyway, demonic. Let's see.
Always
Digital demonic
education
Davros
here.
Says,
all
do
you
I need to
get.
come in there and yell at Bev?
Does he dare come
There's
in?
enough. Let's see.
But Bev, the
I
short
made
of
it.
it.
I
the
think
short
I'm here.
version
Here he
here
is. Look,
There.
you went, did you,
There it
Clary?
was.
You want to come back again? Do that.
The
I
short
made
of
it.
it.
I
The
think
short
I'm here.
version here is Bev.
I might have to clip that as well. I made it. I think I'm here. I wonder how many people I could fill with that. I bet you could, couldn't you?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
The
I
short
made
of
it.
it,
I
the
think
short
I'm here.
version here
Oh
is,
no, there's
Beth,
George in the
I
background.
encourage you to go and do your test. Get it done.
Brilliant.
You will find that if you have a surveyor set you a horizontal line
Yeah.
beginning at A,
Yeah.
start at
all
A,
the way
and
across.
you do your what? Yes, and you fill your tubes with water.
Yep. I was just wondering, where's A? Which one's A? What if we tell the surveyors the wrong A?
Yeah.
What if the surveyors decided to start at B?
Yeah.
I might have to ask them that next time. Anybody says start at A and establish a horizontal, we say, you don't tell the surveyors what to do. You don't presume to tell the surveyor. Well, the surveyors could start at the other A at the other end, or B at the middle. They could call that A.
And back at A, if the height of the water is at the same height as the horizontal line that they set up, you want the tops of those water heights
like a level.
at A to agree with your horizontal line.
Yeah.
Then by the time you get out to sea, there's going to be a gap between the height of the water in the tubes and your horizontal line.
I was
by the
literally
amount of
going.
8 inches.
You guys keep
and
saying
the middle.
No way is he saying this. Cleary's just come and he's doubling down on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is brilliant. It's like, why didn't Jeff do this? Well, it's like George is tapped out and look at. It's got a sad face. This isn't going right. There's something is going wrong.
He just drank that nasty tab.
Yeah.
The gap will be 2 inches.
Okay,
George, you're
so
not a surveyor. What are you even doing here, man?
exponential. Wait a minute,
That's
George.
easy.
Wait a minute, Clary. We
math.
were just on our way
Square
back.
the distance.
We were just on our way back, George.
It goes as the square of the distance. So
On the
if
way
you
back,
drop back by half.
What happens to the
drop distance
water,
drops-
George? What happens to the water level on the way back?
What do you mean on the way back?
Well, you've got a horizontal
No,
set here.
no, listen, Bev. Listen a minute.
Yeah.
He said all you do is
Go.
you set
Come on.
your horizontal line that goes out to a mile.
way
like this
back.
one here.
You,
All the
all
way
right,
across.
you fill your tubes with
Joey's
water.
got his
that
eyes
have
closed
top
and
of the
everything.
water levels on
Yeah,
the
like
tubes
here.
agree at
Imagine it's
A.
filled up there.
And you don't have to
And
worry
this one's
about
filled up
anything
here
else.
as well.
All you do is, oh my God, why can't
Yes.
one speak with you on a show, Bell?
Got my
Why are
pipe.
you so
Because
damn
you don't
mean all the
understand,
time?
you mom.
Sorry, George.
It's the first time I got me pipe out.
Why are you so damn rude? Is the question to you.
Why I don't consider myself rude. Why? What do you consider rude?
God, he's doing it again.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
Demeaning
you are
people
good-
who are carers.
Oh,
I think that's pretty rude.
yeah, yeah.
What are these insults all about? All this name calling,
So-
McToon, with this, you're a flat earther, you know. I didn't know it was going to be like this. I guess when you guys
Cleary.
start losing.
Cleary, he
He
is a
muted you then,
No,
didn't
I'm
he?
I'm
What
not.
did
I've
you
said
find your
multiple
concept of
times.
it?
I
He
am
has
not.
declared it.
He's got his
Define
finger
your
on the
concept
button.
of flat Earth. Can you tell me what your concept of flat Earth is?
That would be that the overall shape of the Earth being flat.
What Earth? The ground?
Yeah, well, you play semantics games, I guess. You learn from Bev, huh?
No. I'm asking you, what is your concept of flat Earth?
Semantics. Like, what did you say? Like, literally. What did you
Yeah,
ask
like,
him about? Like, what was the definition of that? Well, the overall shape of the Earth. What do you mean, the Earth? Oh, semantics.
I was trying to guide him through it.
Yeah. It's mad.
The overall Earth being flat.
The flying space pizza idea.
Yeah, that's
flying
ridiculous,
space
isn't
piece.
it?
See,
Wow,
down that's
yeah.
why you think it's
Tied
silly
to you,
because you think
yeah,
it's a
that's
flying
crazy.
space pizza.
What?
When in
I say
reality,
that to be silly, but yeah, the idea is silly because you've not got any measurements to support your.
actually,
position.
every single measurement ever taken is of a horizontal plane based on sea level, and I guess that's why the main surveyor ran away. But yeah, you're
I
not
like
you're not
that.
measuring curve. are you?
We won't like
Yeah,
that
you
when
can
you
measure-
ran away.
Absolutely can measure curve. Yeah.
Who is
and you
measured
can-
curve?
And you can see that the main surveyor did that in several
No,
of
he was
his
doing
videos.
reciprocal leveling, and he's trying to infer
I
that
think
he's
George has
measuring
done his
curvature,
hair.
talking about
well,
tilt, trying to confuse.
Tell you
you.
what, I'll show you.
Take another
I'll
sip
show
of tab.
everybody here exactly because let's see, he's got a nice.
I came in a little bit hot
Just
there.
there.
The same thing, talking about tilt. Never said curvature, but everybody out there is going, "Oh my God, they measured tilt. We live on a ball." No. They're tricking you. And
Yeah.
they tricked George and
Like
had him
So-
out there on the lake shooting 6 miles across, thinking he's
So
measuring curvature.
how would you measure curve?
You
That's a
can't.
damn good question.
Yeah, well, Bev,
Ask
you-
George.
when you say you can't, you are presuming something. So now, if it
You
were
measure.
curve,
You measure
how would
point
you
to
measure
point
it?
distance. Tune.
Point to
And
point
so that's yeah.
distance.
Well, when you
Distance.
measure point to point.
What do you mean point to point distance?
Well, what the fuck is he talking about, right?
Yeah.
What do you mean point to point distance? It's like the distance from one point to the other fucking point.
Look at that he's showing right there. You can see the entire island and lighthouse, but they
think
think
there's something iffy about this because I think that might be the lighthouse that Jeff uses.
yeah.
But
It
I
is.
think these text boxes are what Jesse used a long
Yeah.
time ago. So there's
Yeah, they're all working together.
something a bit strange about this particular image as to who owns it and who did it and what it's all about.
Yeah, they're a team.
Yeah.
Hand-me-downs.
Yeah.
You said
Oh,
that's what you
differential
said.
leveling.
You what sort
Yeah,
of leveling are you doing?
Leveling is not.
What
Um,
do you know
yeah.
about leveling?
So-
What tunes?
So one way would be to see if at a distance the horizon
Look.
is at the same plane.
this?
What is
as
that,
your-
optical effect?
this,
How
Joe?
far away is that?
See this? Right? See this? What do you think this is a distance? Right? He's going to leave that picture up on the
measure
screen.
a
distance on this thing.
That's an elevation. Yes, that's elevation.
It's a
Elevation.
distance,
So
right?
you measured deviation from the horizontal, and that's called elevation.
Yes.
So where's the
here-
curvature?
So the curve. Well, if Bev ever does this thing that he's been refusing to do forever,
Sorry?
and if he gets a
Refusing.
professional surveyor, if he ever gets a
McToons,
surveyor to
refusing.
do it,
Who are you?
Bev,
You know who else does that? Refusing. That's WS and Cosmo.
Yeah.
Geist view. They're very strange words to use, aren't they? That I've
full
been
difference.
refusing, and there's quite a few people that do it and use the similar sorts of words. Now, I don't know why he means refusing. It's like it's crazy that.
It's funny. They want you to do it so bad. I don't know why they can't do it, but yeah, they all want you to do it so bad.
Yeah. Hump or drop? That's the question.
so did the middle of
Yeah,
my
you're
sentence
just
interrupt
in the middle
beginning
of
yours?
lying about something again.
If you ever decide to do it, because you won't do it, I know you won't, but that's fine. You won't ever get a professional surveyor to go and establish a horizontal, as you say.
Yeah.
So-
the main surveyor said you can do that. George
No, I think
told
he's,
me
he's
twice
threatening
that
to
you
call
can.
all of the surveyors around
not
the
even a
area,
surveyor.
so we can't.
I'm
think.
telling you that I don't believe you will ever get
Believe.
a professional surveyor to do it. Now,
Okay.
prove me wrong.
Why-
Please,
why
please
would you-
show that I'm
Why
wrong.
would you think
and
we can't
actually
get a
go
professional surveyor to establish
hire
3
and hire a
points
professional
on
surveyor?
a horizontal? Why do you not
Surveyors,
think that possible?
Yeah,
Please-
surveyor
please prove
survey.
me wrong.
You don't think surveyors can do their job?
I think they can, but I don't think Bev ever will. That's what I'm saying.
Well, you don't worry
He's
about
never
that.
going to do it.
Yeah, he'll
He's
do
never
it,
going to
but
do it.
He wants to make
So-
sure you guys understand that there's going to be professional surveyors out there, so you guys don't whine and complain that he did it wrong.
We don't need them.
So anyway,
obviously.
let's see. I do need to get moving here.
Yeah, you
I
see
have
that?
another debate.
They want you
later
to tell them
today,
who
and
it
we've
is
got
you're
family
wanting
stuff.
to.
Yeah.
Dana,
Go on.
that was the whole reason to get the professional surveyors, so they wouldn't whine and complain. But that's all they do anyway.
Yeah. They
Yeah, but they
know
were
it.
fishing for that information so they could,
Yeah.
be nefarious about it.
They
yeah.
want to go like, yeah, I've called that firm up. And they'll go, oh, right. Right, we'll give them another call then.
Yeah, you could tell them like some firm, man, they would blow that place up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I don't want to bring that on professional surveyors. I said that all along, right?
Right.
The professional surveyors are the last people that need to get involved in these Muppets. Because these Muppets are nasty. And they'll come down on professional people. If they'll do it to normal, everyday people, carers, if they'll slander and libel and do whatever they can to ruin people's names. If you've got a job then and a firm, yeah, these people would professionally ruin you without a second thought. So yeah, I don't know. We'll have to leave the surveyors alone. Obviously, they're no good.
Here, so
Not
Hey, I'm
got
sorry
it,
I'm
guys.
late, Nick, and I got stuck at work in the rain, and anyway,
Yeah,
here I am
that's
finally.
okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. We got George to
just
take in,
apologise
so
then as well,
take up the
Chloe,
spot here for the main
Yeah.
survey. He told me yesterday he had only an hour, and you could tell his Wi-Fi, not his Wi-Fi. He was on cellular the whole time. I think he was traveling, and then started to get to a bad.
When
signal.
George
Man, I
came
couldn't
in.
get Zoom to work on my phone. I use Discord all day long, but I couldn't get Zoom to work.
We do have a couple more questions here, if you don't mind. Tim Pryor says Bev will never find his soulmate unless there's somebody out there with the name horizontal or level. Bev has a soulmate. Bev, right?
That's pretty childish if whoever said that, right?
That was Tim Pryor.
Wow, Tim.
So
How much did he give you to do that? To say that?
that was 5 simoleons.
Wow, what's that?
Yeah.
Do you know what
Money
that
well
is?
spent.
Simoleons. So Jess says, miles, feet, dollars. Is Bev really in the UK?
I would like yes. Like what?
Okay.
Wow, how much did he?
Hey, we got
how much did
we
he
got a
pay
straight
for that?
answer for that.
Wow,
Lael is
did he
here.
seriously go to pay you to ask?
Yes, she
Wow, nice.
did. Jess, that's and she's lost the Ica G.
Oh, that's
It's
Alan,
gone.
isn't it?
The Ica G has gone.
And Gary Bennett and all
So
of them. lot,
Lael
lads,
is here.
yes.
Says, "Tune, can you ask Jeff my prior super chat before he leaves?" And we missed it. That was the one that George answered.
Oh dear.
So
That George didn't answer.
yes,
I just quickly put something up in Paint, and I can screen share. It's a very simple little
Oh, yeah.
diagram. I'll explain to everybody what's going to happen. And
Here we
this
go.
will just take a
Yeah.
minute or two.
yeah.
See,
yeah,
this
go
is
ahead.
he's just done this in Paint. Do you reckon? Or do you reckon he's been handed
You
this?
tell me when the
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Screen is coming
you know,
through.
somebody's gone. Shit, Bev's got his board out there, and he's like there's a picture
I
on the
just did a
screen. We
screen
need
share. Is
to,
it not coming through.
Yep, we
we
got
need
it.
to counter it.
All right.
Oh,
Top. We have A.
Oh, he
and we
made it
have
full
C.
screen off.
Yeah.
Blue shows
Yeah.
the water level.
For everybody little up here.
Bev is going to have a surveyor set out a horizontal tangent line or a horizontal.
Right, he does this again. Horizontal tangent line, right? Even it's off the surface. It cannot be a tangent.
Yeah.
An imaginary circle has to be here for this to become a tangent.
Come on, Bev. They just like to say the word tangent.
I know,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah. Just throw a tangent out there.
horizontal line
the
going from
funniest-
A to C, that's the black mark.
Right.
Okay?
The black
That's
mark
our
is the
horizontal.
horizontal.
Now, Bev is going to take this water level, fill it up so that the top of the water level coincides with the horizontal line,
Why does he keep
At
saying
A.
that?
and then he expects to go out to sea and see that the water level at sea, in that water level, the water itself will agree with the horizontal tangent. That's his claim. Our
The horizontal tangent again.
that really
Who
bothers
else-
me listening to.
Who else said that?
horizontal
Who else said that a few days ago at the end of the show?
I think they all do, don't they? It
When
has
it's
to
in
be.
Ranty's. At the end of Ranty's show, Rumpus came in and said horizontal tangent.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah. He was screaming. I think I missed that part.
that's crazy.
He said it and everybody laughed and then he left in a hurry.
is what's going to really happen.
Wow.
Is what you,
Whoa, George. Can
No,
you just
shut
say,
up.
don't
Shut
say
up.
our
Quiet.
claim. Right, see, what I did here, like, I don't know whether I've said this before, I have to say it again. I'm trying to stop them from saying our claim. Because I know that George isn't speaking for everyone when he says this. But McToons lets him go. Put it back again.
set out a horizontal tangent line or a horizontal line going from A to C. That's the black mark. Okay, that's our horizontal. Now, Bev is going to take this water level, fill it up so that the top of the water level coincides with the horizontal line at A, and then he expects to go out to sea and see that the water level at sea, in that water level, the water itself will agree with the horizontal tangent. That's his claim. Our claim is what's going to really happen.
Wow.
Is what you,
Whoa, George. Can
No,
you just
shut
say,
up.
don't
Shut
say
up.
our
Quiet.
claim.
Up.
Bev, be quiet.
All right,
Please.
let him speak for everyone then. Go on.
All right. So, for those of us that understand that the Earth is curved, this is what's
Like, so for those of us that know that the Earth is curved, which is obviously he thinks he's speaking for 99.999% of everyone.
actually going to happen. You're going to have your water level go from A to C. You're going to fill it up at A so it agrees with the horizontal tangent or the horizontal line, and then the water will seek its own level so that the height of the water pipe at A, the water at the top of the pipe is going to be at the same height at C above the curvature of the Earth, and there will be a gap between the height of the water at sea and the horizontal line.
Hey,
And
George,
that
what do
amount will be 8 inches in a mile. If
8
you go
inches?
back to point B, it will be 2 inches to the point where you get to A.
It goes
That's
back to point B. Can you see point B?
No.
Nah, you gotta imagine.
No.
Point B.
there won't be any gap. So the further you go out
That's
from A
fantastic, George.
towards C, the more of a gap there will be between.
I was like, that is fantastic, George.
Yeah.
I've never had anybody draw that and then walk me through it. It's like Jesse said it. He used the words, but you had to visualize it, or you had to know what it was to be able to visualize it. George just drew it, and McToons is letting George. I don't know whether George.
Yeah, McToons magically made that screen full screen when earlier he said that'd be too hard to do for Bev.
It's like going mining for sound bites and these rich explanations and all this. They give you all this stuff, and
Yeah.
you go, "Thank
Yeah,
Thank you, that's
what
really
you have to do, though, in order to get this from them is to not give them anything that they want, right? I have never drawn the picture for them, for their make-believe, because I don't know what make-believe is. I only know what reality is, and I can only draw what I know to be true within reality. And it's took all of this time of them seeing my stuff that they have to. I think that may be the key, right? In that, because they saw my drawing, they had to counter it. And then this obviously masterpiece of
it was very productive, everything that we went through with this and all. That's great, but it's amazing how you walk away from it right now and you're like,
there's no need to go back there again. I mean, how could George can't give me anything any better than they already have.
There's nothing new, they will say. It's almost like you could fill out some type of card with everything.
With all of the predictions of all of the things that they would say. Yeah. So, it might be worth going back there for that, maybe.
The top of the water, on the water level, and the
So, George, when it looks like your first drawing, when it looks like that, what are you going to say?
Oh, I'll concede. I'll say the Earth is flat. And I'll scream from the rooftops.
Sweet. The Earth won't be flat, though, George. It won't make the Earth flat. There will still be mountains and valleys.
Yes. We get it.
It will just make level, horizontal, right? Right. See, what they're doing, it's like no drop, no raise is not what we're looking for. What we're trying to do and what we're trying to prove is Euclidean principles with the two straight lines cannot share a common segment. That's the proof we're going for. Obviously it's obvious from the state of the way water acts scientifically with hydrostatics that it doesn't drop and it doesn't hump. So the only proof we can give is that it is a straight line. That's what we're going for. Nothing else.
When measured, Yeah.
We tested with pressure as well. Pressure tested and measured geometrically with the best techniques and the possibilities that we could possibly have. Quite simple as well. We'll do it cheap as possible. Right? Will you admit that?
I'll declare that the Earth is not a spherical planet. How's that?
Declare that level is horizontal, right? Because that's what the test is. He's making some big claims, right?
Those are good sound bites. If you really wanted to, you could chop them up and do all kinds of things with it.
I mean, this is so rich, all of this stuff. You know, that one particular clip, you could do all sorts. You've got McToon's speaking for all surveyors everywhere in the entire world's worth of surveyors. And
remember we were going to go over this back after we did it, but we never did.
Well, it was one of them ones we only got to do half of. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Like the same as the Scott Veach one. We never get to actually do it. But I mean, I could do that all day. Talking with you lads, going over it. Everybody catching the bits that they missed. Yeah.
I mean, George is speaking for all of the Globies.
Yeah.
Saying that, this is
that
it.
Drop.
It's going to be the drop. No hump.
Yeah.
Horizontal, drop, no hump.
Yeah.
No raise in the middle.
Yeah, just a constant drop. All the way away. I mean, he's never been to the Ballers Canal yet. He's never come for a trip in our little chug boat round the canal. But I mean, I doubted he would. Right, I'm going to leave this playing for a bit. I need to nip to the toilet, so I'll be back in a minute. Right? It's a test to show that level is horizontal.
It's simple.
All right, fine. If you want to define it that way, fine. Okay.
Thank you. That's one of the worst logical fallacies I've ever seen in my life, and I tried to stop you because I'm sure there's going to be lots of people that think it's crazy, right?
All right, Bev, I'd love to see I'd love to see what happens when you call them up and see what I'm all for doing that.
Yeah. Why are you showing that thing that Casey's done where she's bent?
Yeah. So
Is
that
what
is
you, is that
the
what
prediction.
you imagine?
That is the globe prediction.
Are you sure? Have you seen all of those at different water levels?
I'm sure that is the globe
have
prediction.
You seen that those are water levels? They all the different colours.
I will clarify again. I am sure that that is the globe prediction.
Okay, brilliant. So when that doesn't happen, and we find out, will you be the same as George? Will you say, "Wow"?
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Great, guys. Good talking to you.
Yeah. Glober Mom is wondering, who's FTFE? Isn't he Batman?
What's that mean?
Oh, he was on here last week as Batman. I mean, Batman was on here not as FTFE. Don't worry.
Okay.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
I think that's Glober Mom that had the titty comparison with like the flat Earth. Is it?
Oh, so you're gonna go with the all right.
Well, no, she sent me a tweet asking me to compare them.
Okay. JL Warren is wondering.
It's like, stop talking. They know. They know she sent that tweet. They're all in with them, each other, aren't they?
Did he say Fat Man or Batman?
You should have got in there with that one. Did you? Did you say fat man?
Hey, Bev, I'd like to understand what personal belief is justified.
He's disabled, you know. You can't do that to him. He can't. Oh, he said, bat. Okay, sorry.
By your need for the Earth to be flat. What is
listen,
your personal belief?
I'll say it again.
That makes you need it.
I will say it again. I do not think that the Earth is flat. I think surveying actually shows through topography that it is not flat, because flat is a two-dimensional surface.
Yes,
it's obviously not.
When we say flat,
Yeah.
as just a common parlance way of not saying lots and lots of words, when we say Earth is flat or flat earther, we do mean that you think horizontal is level. So just take that.
Well, no, there's a correlation. So I could just call you a...
What?
I'd like to understand what personal belief is justified by your need for the Earth to be flat. What is your personal belief?
I'll say it again.
That makes you need it.
I will say it again. I do not think that the Earth is flat. I think surveying actually shows through topography that it is not flat, because flat is a two-dimensional surface.
Yes,
it's obviously not. Okay.
When we say flat, as just a common.
All right. When we say flat. Okay.
When we say flat.
George is really busy doing something on there.
We say
Probably
flat.
Getting another file from somebody to open up.
Okay. When we say when we say flat, as just a common parlance way of not saying lots and lots of words, when we say Earth is flat or flat earther, we do mean that you think horizontal is level. So.
Wow, that's that. That's an audio clip, but I think I need to copy that. And just.
Uh-oh. Make it stop. Soundly.
Oh yeah, they can't see that bit.
Yeah.
as just a common parlance way of not saying lots and lots of words, when we say Earth is flat or flat earther, we do mean that you think horizontal is level. So just
Yeah.
take that.
Yeah.
Well, no, there's
When
a
we say flat
correlation with
Earth,
the there's a
Horizontal is level. Right? At a point.
Right.
Yeah. At a point that you are at. There is a point that you are a flat earther. Everyone's a flat earther at that point.
Correlation
and
with the
drop that in.
Well,
there's
okay.
a
I mean, if
correlation with
it's
the
a
space
substitution.
pizza and all those
I'll take
silly
that
little
if-
images out there. You know, that's what people say about a flat Earth.
yeah, it's just said that level being horizontal. If you think that, then you're a flat earther, right? That's that's how you
to
interpret
me, when
it.
I say flat earther, I'm okay with your personal definition of that being that you think that level is horizontal.
Okay.
So
There you go.
substitute that in. We're just using those words because we need some words for common parlance that people can all generally use
Okay,
without
so
being super
You
wordy.
need to try and
right?
demean us by labeling us with something,
Calling you a flat
and you are
earther, you should-
using
is
level
not-
being
is- now, when I-
horizontal in order
Yeah,
to
I'm not gonna
label
say-
us with something that
I'm
we
not
say
gonna
we're
say
not.
You're a level. I'm not going to say you're a level is horizontal earther. I'm just going to say flat earther. Okay. And so every time you hear me say flat earther, substitute in what you think you are. Okay.
But see, you guys try to say, you know, these guys are just stupid flat Earthers.
That's bad, isn't it? Every time you hear me call you a name, you just change it in your mind for whatever you want. If you don't like being called that name. I think that's what he's just said, isn't it? Isn't that the way?
Horizontal earther. I'm just going to say flat earther. Okay. And so every time you hear me say flat earther, substitute in what you think you are. Okay.
But see, you guys try to say, you know, these guys are just stupid flat Earthers. Before I got on here, I heard you guys saying that. I was like, you know what? You know, somebody one time tweeted Australia doesn't exist, and silly little things somebody may have said, and you try to put that on a person you label as a flat earther, that they said all of these things that all of these thousands of people may have said at one time. That's what you guys want to label that person with, all of that baggage. So it's not
All
about
right.
that.
How about just call them non-globers?
Yeah. We say globe deniers it's another way. So I think that's a,
Well, you
A
can
good
just call
enough
yourself a globe lover. A globe model
Sure,
lover.
sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure.
McToon, just
Yeah.
as an aside, somebody in chat was asking what my shirt says. It's a joke. It says "Make Donald Trump again." It was a shirt
Oh.
given to me during the last election, and I didn't realize I had it on.
Hey, nice shirt, Bev. What does that say? MEUK on Discord on the level.
there you go. So what is your personal belief that requires you that gives you the need, Bev, to think that level is horizontal?
Well, somebody accused me of being a child abuser for thinking that
All right,
level was horizontal.
I'm asking again. I'll ask again, and maybe you can answer this question instead of a different question. What J.L. Warren would like to understand what personal belief is justified by your need for level to be horizontal.
A belief. Sorry, say that again. Go on, break it down. What personal belief do I need to hold?
Yeah, what personal belief is justified
Okay,
by
so
your need for level to be horizontal?
I don't have any belief that is justified for any need for level to be level just is horizontal, right?
Yeah, just reality.
That's just a
Hey,
quite a plain
Hey, Bev.
concept, right? Yeah.
Surfacto asks in the chat, and this is good. This is tit for tat. Suppose you do the test and it comes out as I predicted. What would you do?
Sorry.
Well, are you willing to make a declaration that you're going to give up this flat?
Oh
is
yeah,
horizontal?
right. If there is a measured drop of the water level that defies all known logic and geometry, right? If that happens, I will
Matches
be
geometry.
I love
a
that.
Go ahead.
millionaire because I will be a convert and I will be the one
Just look at him.
globe. I would
Oh.
know.
right? That there is
Okay.
a tilt.
Well, time to go and do it, Bev.
Yeah.
Time to go and do it.
That
Time
sounds
to
exciting.
stop jawing about it and go do it.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so-
that's your advice, right? Let's do this test.
Yeah.
You've heard
call
it
them
here,
tomorrow.
everybody. Bev,
I'm
you've heard it here.
I'll tweet you here in a couple days to see how you're doing. I'm excited for this.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Actually,
And
tomorrow
so
I'm going
in
to
a
be
couple
calling
days-
up the surveying, the company that I got
Excellent.
the level from, and like recommending what George says to them, and just making sure that the tool is capable of establishing a horizontal, right? Because George, you
Oh,
say
wait,
it's,
hold on.
it's not right.
Are you going to use?
Well,
You're gonna
George,
use this
George
auto
has
level,
casted.
or
George
or
has
are you
casted
going
doubt
to
over
hire?
the.
Hold on. Are you going to hire a professional surveyor, or are you going to do it yourself? Because you're not a professional surveyor. So which one is it going to be? You doing it
Can I not? can-
as a not professional
Can I
surveyor?
not do it
or a
first?
professional
Can
surveyor?
I not do it first or after? I think he got confused there, right? Because I said I was going to call the company up where I got the auto level from.
Yeah.
And
Said
I
that.
think he thought I meant the surveying company to do the job. But
I don't know. They're so worried about you doing it so badly, it worries them to death. You know, they want to do anything they can to keep you from doing it. So if there's a huge cost involved that prohibits you from doing it, that's great. That's what they want.
Mm-hmm. There isn't, no. Yeah. All right. Or at the same time, can I not
Well,
do it ever?
you have
Am I
said-
not allowed to do it ever?
You have
Can I not
said
make sure
that
that
you
the
were
tool
going to
I've
have
got
them
is
do
good
it.
enough to do the job?
Yes,
Yeah.
you can follow and check the professional surveyor, but none of us, and I will say this again, none of us will depend on your competency to establish a
And
horizontal.
why would you say that, George?
So,
Because could you do it,
hire-
George?
Hire a
George?
professional surveyor.
Yeah,
Yes, I
George,
can do it.
Professional
George could
surveyor.
do it. George could do it. He's not a professional surveyor.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll go with this. If George did it, if George was the surveyor that did
I do actually
the
have
horizontal-
qualifications in surveying, right?
yeah, you know you don't.
What do you know? Yeah, I do.
George can do it.
You know we
It's a
do.
GCSE test.
Well, I'll tell you what, Bev, if
yeah.
you're going to do it,
You want to try asking me the full thing, right? Because I did a 2-year course with
George,
land
I'll
surveying.
I'll tell you
Two-year
what, Bev,
course?
if you're
We
going
got
to
a chance
do it,
to put another
you document
test,
exactly what you've done. You document by
Right? Have you,
videoing-
George? What's
video-
your? Tell him what your qualifications are in surveying.
No, let's not go there.
Have you not
All
got
we're
any?
saying-
Not even
No,
like a
no,
beginner
no,
one.
Look it, I'm not
Like
the
a
one
really,
doing the
really basic
I'm not
surveying
doing
one.
the one doing the
Come on,
test.
George.
test,
All
Bev.
I'm saying, this is your
Come on,
test,
like
Bev.
a
You
elementary
document
one.
it, you film it. You give us
Like
video
year
to
7.
show us how you're establishing the horizontal, and then we will review it to see.
Did
if
you not even get a high
we
school
determine
surveying
whether or not you've
certificate?
done it competently. That's all.
What about you, McToons? Did
I'm
you
not
do
taking
it?
your word for it that you established a true horizontal. I just can't take your word for it.
Okay,
I've
so
seen you in
the
action.
I know
before.
you've said that the tool can't establish the tool, so I'm going to call them up and make sure that the tool can establish a horizontal plane of reference, right?
Yeah, there are some globe lovers who have said that they would like to come and participate and be there so that later on they're not coming back and second guessing it because
Well,
they're
I'll tell
actually
you
going to
what,
be there.
I'll make you an offer. You do a GoFundMe or whatever, and you pay for half the trip, and I will take up
George,
the other half.
I'm not
money to
doing. I'll make you an offer.
Hey,
You pay for me
that
to
is-
go over there, and I'll come.
we need you, George. Oh my!
Yeah, George, come and set us a horizontal up, will you?
Hi everyone, by the way.
Hey, Paige.
Mm.
Hey.
Hey, what's up, Paige?
We're live
Sorry, I
on
just-
3 channels.
3 or 4.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries.
It's all right. No, you come in. We're just letting you know.
Stay. I just won't. I won't tell you what I was gonna do.
Yeah, that's why we were telling you.
Oh, come on. Oh.
Don't be shy.
we're going over George making a mess of this sort of stuff. I don't think we'll be that long.
Yeah,
Maybe.
a couple minutes, I think.
Paying for you to have a holiday to come and just obfuscate.
No, I'm not going to obfuscate.
right, so we-
I'm not going to
think-
obfuscate.
I think what we've done is we've determined that you have no intention of having a professional surveyor doing it.
I think
you're instead
you've
going to
just
have
made
your-
that.
Your
You know, if I was to go, let's say if I was to go to a professional surveyor and ask them if a water level establishes a horizontal, what do you reckon they'd say?
Yeah.
And if they said yeah, do you reckon I'd need a professional surveyor to establish a horizontal?
No.
Right.
Would you need to fly George in so he could do whatever?
So
I don't think so.
technically, if we can establish the water level marks on the post with the water level, then I suppose I could check those marks with an auto level, and there would technically be no need. I mean, they wouldn't believe that I could check some marks made by a water level with an auto level.
Yeah, but you'd have
Would
to
they?
set up the auto level, which kind of auto levels itself, and you'd have to actually look through the scope and read the line there. I don't know. Yeah, I guess you could do that. Yeah.
Sort of just do it all myself. I mean, it's only to prove it for me and to show you lot on camera what happens when we do it. I mean, I could take you lot through it all as well.
I don't know. I mean, like, if you look through the auto level and you don't have, like, a surveying certificate, do things look different when you look through the scope? Like, I don't know.
But once you see how hard and difficult it is to get that bubble in the middle of an auto level, you'll know why you have to be a professional to do.
Don't you need, like, a bachelor's degree to get that bubble to center itself, you know?
Yeah, it's
An
hard
auto
to
level.
make a level.
And,
And
like-
construction guys have a hard time with levels. Yeah.
Calibrate it too. Like, that must be really hard. Calibrating the water.
Well, yeah, I went to a professional shop to get it done, but Slice Barcade says he can do it.
Yeah, George just does it right out there on the ice. So
Yeah.
they start twisting knobs and stuff.
Yeah, he's got an auto calibrating one that calibrates itself every time you get it out of the pack. Get it out of the box. Ooh. Come
He's
on,
off for
Trimble, number
inflation.
79 XP, fucking go for it. Calibrate yourself.
Yeah, I don't think he understands what calibration is.
No, they think it's the two peg test.
Oh, not
Mittoons,
professionalism.
you have
Do it.
just fabricated that completely.
Oh, so
is
you
it,
are
is it
going to
scary?
hire.
Is it
You are
scary
going to
to
hire
think
a
that
professional surveyor.
to think that a surveyor could establish
you-
a horizontal
could you just
and we could put a hose
clear-
pipe next to it? I bet it's
Just be
scary,
clear on
right?
this, Bev. Are you going to hire a professional surveyor to establish a
Yes,
level?
we've already
Yeah.
said that. We would have
Many
to
times.
because there are
Okay,
certain people who would not believe that it was possible
Triggered, right?
for somebody
okay.
like me
good.
to be able to establish a horizontal. Now, I can check it
That's
afterwards,
correct, yes.
can't I? I'm allowed
Absolutely.
to check it, and I'm allowed to have a go
You can do
first
all
as
the
well, aren't
checking
I?
you want. Bev, you are allowed to do all the
Okay.
checking and supervision that you want.
Okay, so if when he says checking, he means me following the surveyors around. I don't mean that. I just
Yeah.
mean having a go at it myself, you know? Just checking whether those lines, because if we can get a water level, establish the lines at either end, right? And then I can get an auto level and go and check those lines and they happen to be the same, then that would sort of say that it was horizontal to me, anyway.
What would be awesome is when you do the video, if you got a professional surveyor, you go right behind them and get the same exact measurements and marks as the professional.
No,
there you go.
I honestly cannot see a way that a professional surveyor could ever do that. Ever. They wouldn't be able to be on camera. They wouldn't be able to be on the thing.
Yeah, Bev, could you hire yourself? That would be a professional type of transaction
I thought
there.
that's what he was always meaning when he tells them, I'm going to hire a professional surveyor. I always assumed
I could pay myself.
you were talking about yourself.
I could.
Yeah, that would be a legal transaction where
Minimum
you are
fee.
you're in a professional capacity at that point.
Yeah.
When you take that dollar from yourself, you become a professional.
Yeah, a surveying job. I mean, it's only a ish mark for the horizontal, because we're already expecting the water level to be more accurate.
Yeah.
I might just take you up on that, Cleary, and hire myself.
Well, yeah, with someone in the chat that
good
mentioned it, I was like, that's
recommendation.
a great idea.
Yeah. Whoever that was, thank you very much. Excellent recommendation for a professional surveyor there. I like that guy.
I honestly thought that's what you were going to do. I thought you were just sort of tricking them, saying, I'm going to get a professional surveyor.
No,
Thinking,
there's
you are a professional surveyor, so are you talking about yourself?
If there was I'm not a professional surveyor. I'm a carer.
Sorry, you are a surveyor.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
but
I've got a
paid
surveying
yourself, then
qualification.
you'd
Basic one.
Yeah,
Right?
so if you paid yourself, then you're a professional.
Yeah.
Because that's the only difference, is if you get paid for it or not.
There is a firm right down, just down the road, a surveying firm from where we want to do the test. But these people already know about it. They've IP tracked pictures and for location and found the exact location where we're going to do it from pictures. So they know where we've been. They've sent me a picture of this surveyor firm that's just down the road. So they know that I know that they know about this firm, and that's why they're saying all of this. Have you called them yet? And have you? Because these people, they've called them.
They're stalkers.
Yeah.
Stalkers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Crazy.
think I could take any more George here.
Yeah.
No,
Let's say if I establish it first. Right, we get that. Against.
I have seen the movie and the play My Fair Lady, but
Flat Earth or a globe Earth. The only thing that's going to change is the gap or the distance between the top of the water in the water levels and the horizontal tangent that the surveyors are going to
Horizontal
establish.
tangent.
The water levels.
You can't
on
say
each of the
horizontal
risers
without
will
saying
all be the
tangent,
same,
George.
Irregardless of being on a flat Earth or a globe Earth, they will not change. And so you can't conclude anything from
Wait,
that.
let me get that again.
Is
mate.
that his
Did you
way
hear
of-
that?
Yeah, that didn't make any sense.
Putting everything on a ball,
Well,
saying
he,
tangent
Skype
after
me.
horizontal.
Yeah.
so that-
This must be really important.
Let me just state
Oh,
this.
yeah.
It'll just take 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Right.
Is that the water levels on your risers in your water level, those levels will
You know what he's talking about with risers?
Yeah, he's talking about like a stick, like a post.
He's talking about the level of the water, isn't it? He's just talking about the tube where the water comes to its level.
Oh, he's calling that.
He's
bottom.
calling them risers.
Every time he talks about those water levels, though, he always describes it as filling that tube up, and it's like they're connected.
You have to fill each one up individually to get it
Yeah.
to the right level. I'll do that for you, Joe.
That's weird. Yeah.
And the risers.
Oh my god, does he think they're separate and you have
Yeah.
to
Well,
level them because
so-
they're... Oh,
There's a
It's the way he's
disconnect in his
describing
head
it.
somewhere, isn't
Yeah.
there?
Yep.
The-
Yeah, the way he's
something's-
describing it.
Yeah, something doesn't fit right, and I've not quite got it
something's not
yet.
connected expected.
Yeah. Yeah.
All be the same whether you're on a flat
all
Earth
be the
or a
same.
globe Earth. The only thing that's going to change is the gap or the distance between the top of the water in the water levels and the horizontal tangent that the surveyors are going to
God, he said it
establish.
again.
The water levels on each of the risers will all be the same, irregardless of being on a flat Earth
Irregardless.
or a
Yeah.
globe Earth. They will not change.
Regardless.
And so
You're right, Buster.
What?
Rumpus did say that the other day. I forgot he said that.
He just-
Horizontal to a tangent or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
I think it was Paige.
all of this section here, George contradicts himself in one sentence. Like,
But it's the way he described it earlier on in this
I
show.
said nearly everything he says.
Yeah. Yeah, listen.
Well, if you'd
listen
heard
to
him
this.
describe him, yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
listen.
is that the water levels on your risers in your water level, those levels will all be the same whether you're on a flat Earth or a globe Earth.
They're all the
only
same.
thing that's going to change is the gap or the distance
gap.
between the top of the water in the water levels and the
Horizontal. That's the only thing that'll
tangent the
change.
surveyors
But
are going to establish. But the water levels on each of the risers will all be the same, irregardless of being on a flat Earth or a globe Earth.
right, so they will be the same. The only thing that will change will be the gap between the horizontal and the level, but they will all be the same. Is
It's
what
that
George
draping,
just
the
says.
draping around the ball thing they visualize.
Yeah.
Totally stupid.
That's the both models. The one model, the both models, they're both the same. You can't tell the difference. It's crazy
you need-
talk, isn't it?
I think at some point you should go back and
That's
go
it.
back
Get
to his
out.
description
Yeah.
of the water level.
Insanity.
Yeah, we'd have to do it like a full cut of all of these little bits.
Yep.
But you have to have the context and everything that goes behind it, don't you? In order to, it's hard work to explain all of these little bits on their own.
Yeah,
If
it was
you've
about an
never
hour ago,
seen
he
the
was-
big thing, yeah. Well, we'll come back. We have to come back to this one. It's just I want to get rid of this from this, and then we can go to the other bit. I think we're nearly done
will
here,
not
though.
change.
That's crazy.
And so you can't conclude anything from that. The only
Rumpus
thing
knows
that's
that
the
now.
Wait a minute, George. One of
That's
them
the
would
key.
be horizontal, right?
It doesn't matter. I'm not going to
What do
go
you mean
through
it
the
doesn't
specifics
matter?
of this. I'm just
One of
telling
them
you,
would be
it's the only
horizontal
way-
and the other one
the
would
only
drop
way you're gonna
away
be able
from
to
the
tell
horizontal.
anything is by looking at the gap between the
Rumpus
top of the
just
water
told you
in the
to say
tubes
that.
and the tent and the horizontal. Yeah, that's your claim, but we're saying
No.
that's not the case.
That wasn't what you were saying before. You were saying before,
No.
like Jesse
No,
Kozlowski
that's not-
said, there is a drop from the horizontal. You even drew a drawing.
There is, yes, a drop
Right,
from the
well,
horizontal.
how is that at the
There is
same
a
level?
drop.
Because you said there was a drop
drawing.
of 2 inches and 8 inches.
See, he just doesn't get it. He
No,
really doesn't get
Can't
Wow.
be the same
It's
Can't be
doesn't
straight
fit the geometry.
and
No, you
curved
guys think
at the same
level.
time.
geometry.
You guys think level is a curve? You think it wraps around like a tire?
Literally,
Yeah,
the
that is correct.
entire
That
field
is,
of
the level
surveying
can be level.
The level
agrees
does
with the
follow
level being a
of the
curve.
earth. The
Name
level
one.
follows the curve of the earth. The horizontal does not.
Yeah, why don't you go
Again.
and check that?
No, that's
Right,
what
uh,
you're going to be doing.
Yep.
Level follows the
Level
curve of the
is
earth,
a
so
straight
none.
line.
No
Yeah.
curve.
Every surveyor in the world agrees with McToons. He said it earlier.
Not the one you spoke to the other day.
No,
or whatever
well,
it was.
yeah, obviously. Didn't make it a lot. McToons hadn't had a word with him. Told him what not to say. Just
Doing his-
wondered what he was doing.
Jesus Christ.
All I was doing was informing McToon that I have a nice little video coming up where I'm going to do some field tests and see how it agrees with the mathematics. Has nothing to do with your test.
Oh, fuck, okay. Promote it. Can we have a chat about that sometime then, George? Because we haven't really gone over our test.
Or you
know,
wa-
properly.
you
Yeah.
wait, watch my video and then if
Yeah.
you have
He didn't want
comments.
to. He didn't want to talk.
Yeah.
Say demanding everything match it isn't the way to be honest. Thus, the liar comment from earlier. Stringer News 1.
What was that?
Checked. Why is it so religiously important for you to
Absolutely
reject all measurements?
Ridiculous.
There's some faith in there that's
floaty
troubling
balls
that you should
in
maybe try to figure that out.
vacuums.
Esteban
Ooh,
Ilabaca says,
love a
"Bev,
curve.
level equals horizontal works only over a flat horizontal surface, where it establishes
Wow.
that the concept of level can't apply. Where is
I
it
think this is all super
established
chance
that the
right here.
concept of
Yeah,
level
yeah.
can't
Until
apply
Until he
to
mutes
any
us and
other
tells us to fuck
surface?
off.
Yeah.
Level on the surface of a sphere
Yeah, he's got you
is
muted here, don't he?
a curved surface.
Wow.
So- Just
How do they know level on a horizontal surface is horizontal?
How do you ever measure horizontal? They
Their
don't seem to have.
horizontal's curved.
if it's already curved, yeah.
Mm.
It's a contradiction, isn't it? It's got to be.
Yeah, it's the Jose
They've
curve.
got no way of
level.
knowing where the horizontal is, yeah, because it's already curved. So what are you measuring the curve from?
It's just a dot, a little point. Yep.
4 millimeters is an inch, silly man.
Another 2 hours again.
So, Mr. Unite for the Children says, let's see,
George is thrilled about
Yeah, I
that.
know. He's
says-
loving it.
$5 to MC Toon just to make Bev jealous and whine like Gollum
Glee
again.
on George's face at the moment.
He's making
You're
money,
Somebody
isn't
unmuted,
he?
has
or
said
you
Look at
can-
something
that.
really
yeah, you
nasty
can whine
about
like
flat
Gollum
earthers.
for them.
What's that?
Just for $5, Bev's brain has been practicing social distancing from his head for quite a while now.
That's what I was laughing at.
That's what he was laughing at.
Oh.
Coming from you, George.
Sir-
That's funny, right?
Sir Pick a Pup the Benevolent for £2 says, Bev, I
You
don't
get
think
the
your
real
white
kick
horse
out of
is
that.
right.
Doing the
This is-
social
look
distancing.
at that.
It does look a little unlevel, Bev.
Might be the camera, right? You never know.
I don't know.
Never
don't know. It's
know.
tough.
Yeah,
Stringer News
he
1
looked-
for $2 says, Bev may not be on the level.
He seemed like he was
And
kind
that
of
is it.
sick or
On the
Stop
level
super
dot
chats,
live.
people.
Get on it, people.
George, I got this book last night from
Right, that'll do. That's enough. If he's talking books about his moon thing.
Yeah. George Overload. We're done with you, George.
There you go with that. See that? I reckon I can get that down to an hour 20-ish, something like that, for over at Ranties. So an hour and 20 with a little bit of talking in it. Maybe take it up to about 3 hours, right?
You know how we are, man. It would be a long, long time
Yeah.
for that much video. But that would be cool.
It's needed though, right? Surveying and model sort of a go over for everyone. Basics.
Yeah. Yeah, we're closing the book on these guys.
Visuals.
I still think you need to go back to where George is explaining how you fill the water level up earlier.
It's
on in
just,
the
like
video.
literally, it's not worth talking to deluded old men like that. It's George has had
Yeah.
his time, and it's time. Like, he's just going to end up embarrassing everyone. I don't want to bring anything like that to people like that, George. And you know, it's time that the new breed, Jeff and WS and all of them, started getting out into the chats and defending the globe.
They're scared too.
We need
'cause
the
they know
new
they have
globe
nothing.
defenders, right?
Mhm.
They're going to have to keep up with us.
Oh,
They're
they
falling
wanna know.
behind.
That's why they want some chats, because they know that there's some more information, maybe.
At Earthbane to join and talk to me.
Bane,
Voice chat. Yeah.
that's
Flat
Giggles,
Earth
you
Bane.
know.
Who's Giggles?